Hello, researchers. You have just finished watching an introductory video about ecosystems. So this week we are kicking off our Unit 2. We are done with science fiction. We are done with aliens. We are done with My Teacher is an Alien and Mysteries of Visitors and Alien Abductions. I always struggle with that title. So now that we've gotten a quick introduction through a video, let's learn a little bit more. So ecosystems and biomes, please follow along with your eyes on the board. All of life on Earth depends not only on other living things, but also on non-living things in order to survive. Living things are called biotic, whereas non-living things are abiotic. The non-living things, such as sunlight, water, and soil, are all critical to help living things survive. When living things and non-living things interact together in an environment, it is called an ecosystem. An ecosystem can be very large, like an ocean, or very small, like a puddle. Each ecosystem is different, but they all provide the needs of its organisms. Many similar ecosystems that are grouped together are called biomes. These biomes have similar temperatures, rainfall amounts, animals, and plants. Biomes are broken up into two different categories, land biomes and aquatic or water biomes. There are many types of biomes such as freshwater, marine, polar regions, mountains, temperate forests, tropical forests, deserts, and grasslands. Where do you live? Within each ecosystem are communities. Communities are all the living things or organisms that live together in an area. Within each community, there are populations. Populations are groups of one particular organism. For instance, a population in a pond would be all the frogs. Another population in the same area or community could be the population of deer. A habitat is the specific physical location of where an individual lives. Does that all sound confusing? Let's look at it from another point of view. You live in a city. Pretend that is your ecosystem. In your state, there are many cities. This would be like a biome. Inside your city, you will find many neighborhoods. That would be the community. In your specific community or neighborhood is your family and you. That is the population. You and your family are all similar species, humans. The habitat is your house. It is where you specifically live. So this quarter, we are going to be studying ecosystems, not because I want you to memorize information about ecosystems. This is not your science class, but because through the research and through learning about your ecosystem, you are going to be practicing very, very crucial ELA skills, looking for main ideas, looking for supporting details, and looking for quotes from the text that support what you're talking about. Eventually, you will be choosing one ecosystem. By the end of this week, you'll be choosing. But this week, it's all about an overview of all of them to give you a taste of what your options are. So what I would like for you to do is take a look at this picture because this is the first ecosystem we're going to be looking at today. And what I want to know is, what do you know about this ecosystem? Turn and talk. Five, four, three, two, one. Hocus pocus. Good. Now I know part of this question is cut off, but behind the camera here, it says, what do you want to know? Turn and talk. Five, four, three, two, one. Hocus pocus. Great. I'm going to pause the video and call on a couple of hands. Pause the video now. Excellent. So we have some background information on what this ecosystem is, and we have some questions that we would like to find out as well. So thank you for sharing. Today, we're going to start a little bit of a flip book, starting with our aquatic ecosystem. So I would like to demonstrate what types of things we're going to be putting in them. So I have an ocean book here that I've copied a page from here in my slides. And I'm going to show you the skills that we're going to be practicing, picking out key details to put into these graphic organizers as we introduce ourselves to these ecosystems. So this is a page from our ocean text. I believe, let's see, it's page 10. So I've got it here in front of me as well. It says shallow water. Kelp forests grow in the shallow water along cold, rocky coasts. Playful sea otters dive and zip between the tall kelp. They hide from hungry killer whales. Coral reefs grow in warm, shallow areas of the ocean. Off the eastern shore of Australia is the world's largest coral reef, the Great Barrier Reef. Here's an image here and a caption, text features to help me. Kelp lives in shallow water because it needs sunlight to grow. So short passage, couple key details in here. I'm looking for characteristics of my ecosystem, animals in my ecosystem, and plants in my ecosystem. That together is going to give me a brief overview to introduce me to aquatic ecosystems. So from this passage, I noticed first, the first words were kelp forest. So that is a plant. We've got an image of it here as well to confirm that. So all I wrote down was kelp forests. What I also noticed in the second paragraph is it said coral reefs. Now it says coral reefs grow, so I'm making the assumption that that's also a plant. So I wrote that down in my plants section. What I saw in my first paragraph is sea otters, and there's an image of one here with a label on it. So I put that under animals. There wasn't anything else from those passages that I chose to write down, but there's a lot more that I could learn. So what you will be doing today, you have your own version of the aquatic ecosystems, both marine and freshwater. So it's not just about oceans. So you've got marine and you've got freshwater. You also have your own article to read through. So what you will be doing today with a partner or maybe a group of 3 is fill in as much as you can using the printed article first. Once you have finished with that printed article, then you have access to the book bin that's up front. I wouldn't take more than 1 or 2 for your group because there is a limited supply. When you finish with one, you're going to put it away and grab another one. You're going to fill in as much as you can. I would write smaller if I were you because there is a lot of information and a lot of books that you'll be able to pull out. But this is going to introduce us to these ecosystems and maybe spark your interest as something that you want to research further. So I'm going to stop the video here so I can take further questions and give a further explanation. Happy research.